Thank you so much for listening to Roll for Focus. Don't forget to rate and review us wherever you listen. And if you want to support us more, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. Or if you can't afford to subscribe to us full time but still want to help, you can go to our Ko-fi and make a one-time donation. Enjoy the episode!
Hello, one and all, and welcome to Roll for Focus. With me, I have...
Mars, pronouns he, they. I'll be playing our ever-changing fighter Rocaine, pronouns he, him.
I'm Cody, pronouns she, they, playing our lovely single dad Leonin Egan, pronouns he, him. He is no longer super stressed. Feel a little relieved.
I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them. I'm playing Zealous, the tiefling sorcerer, pronouns he, him. And holy shit, we got through that!
We won! We're level 6 and we won!
Yeah.
We lived!
But yes, Emery, you get to make your introduction now, I guess.
We guess. We suppose.
Emily, they, them, everyone else. Last time on Roll for Focus, the battle raged on. So much, blow for blow, everyone was pulling out everything they had to beat the Hydro Day along with its iconic minions. Zealous went down and has a permanent scar, a part of his side forever missing in the gullet of that beast. Egan went to wild shape and walked as a fucking bear. Rocaine kept his composure and his cool and directed and adapted. Everything just worked together. Everyone was working seamlessly. And finally, at the very end, with reaching out for power and receiving some from what seems to be iconic abilities, Zealous drove his dagger into the Hydro Day and killed it once and for all. And as everyone was celebrating, a cactus plopped into the water and couldn't swim.
And Egan and Zealous immediately dove into the water to go grab him
Yeah.
and drag him back to the shore.
And then we will start with you guys all getting on the shore. I didn't know you were in water.
No, that's all right. Are you all right?
Pass on the back. That's a lot of ichor.
Yes.
Who kind of closed his eyes? Zealous, you're hurt.
Better than I was.
Come here. Let me see what I can
I've
do.
got some healing potions, don't worry.
We still have potions.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
it's all right.
Are you sure? I came to help. I brought things.
He did go down, but Grolin got him back on his feet. Grolin, this is Caxus. Caxus, this is Grolin.
Hello. So I am a friend who...
We've told Grolin pretty much everything.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but if you trust him.
We
Yes,
trust
definitely.
Okay,
and given everything, he kind of deserves to know.
You have to come here and at least let me touch you because I can feel how not okay you are right now, and it is not nice.
Are you going to try to heal me if you do that?
No, I don't have any healing ability. What are you talking about?
Liar.
No, as far as he knows, he does not.
Zealous will step forward. He doesn't.
Yeah, he kind of looks you over, looks at the one, goes, and has a very strong reaction to seeing a part of your side missing.
Because it's still just a gaping hole. We can see inside of you.
Yeah, Zealous kind of puts his arm over that, like, yeah.
Yeah, I think he goes to touch. And like I said, he doesn't know he has healing abilities.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know the wealth of his abilities.
Mm-hmm. and hasn't had to use them recently.
How much HP are you at?
I'm at 17.
You've got twice as much as me.
That's more than me, even.
You get 20 HP.
Jesus.
And all of a sudden, you see this sort of orangish light come from Caxus, and he looks shocked. He doesn't know what's going on. And just touching you doesn't heal your wound, but does kind of like scab it over a bit. And you feel energized, revitalized, and Caxus falls back and looks drained.
I feel like Egan was still standing right there, so he at least catches him before he's on his ass. And
Yeah.
What in the aspects was that?
I'm not sure,
I think you healed me. Thank you, but you
But-
idiot.
but seems to possibly be at a detriment to yourself. This isn't
That's useful.
the...
I think Zealous is going to root in his bag and pull out a healing potion and hand it to Caxus.
Now I have plenty at the...
Drink it. Drink it.
Okay.
I
Drinks
feel-
it.
Despite it not being the most ideal situation to sit down, at least does like gently lower him to the ground.
Sploosh.
Just sitting in a few inches of water so it feels a little icky, but
Okay, I shouldn't be from the bunker for very long, but I did bring some things.
we got some of your care package earlier.
Oh, so you've got
We got
the scrolls and the potions and...
a lot of them got broken in the thing, but we got Rokane's sword, we got a scroll of burning hands, we got a healing potion, but pretty much everything else got shattered.
Everything?
Most everything. I might be forgetting something. Cody might be forgetting something.
You're not.
but-
He just knows what he sent.
No, yeah.
That is unfortunate.
But what made it through was helpful. Thank you.
No, I know. It's just...
It was a little on fire when it arrived to us, but
I just sent things that are some of the only things we had of it.
well, we can keep an eye out for things, or at least the ingredients to remake them, and
No, I know. It's just a shame. I said a supreme healing potion.
oof.
It was the only one I had in the entire bunker that I know of.
It's okay.
And a few scrolls, too, that I don't think we have any more of.
What scrolls?
I'm a little wiped out right now. I'm
No,
trying to
that's-
remember
that's
all of
fair.
them. A haste, and there was one. I don't recall the spell that in my own use or in my own studies, but I know it was a powerful one. I believed it caused a very intense radiant flame to appear, but it was quite powerful, but I don't remember the name of it offhand. Strike? I don't know.
Could that be something Lexori has? Would Flame Strike be something Lexori has? So yeah, Egan's just like, was it Flame Strike?
Yeah.
Oh, aspects.
I know it's a very powerful one, but it seemed like you needed everything you could get.
We appreciate it.
And
You
now we
didn't know
don't
how
have
it was going to come through, and it's okay.
I don't know what was wrong when I tried. I don't know if it was punishing me for not being able, or maybe my powers just don't work right.
Zealous
Something,
gonna frown.
yeah. Egan also frowns. It's like something of you came through. We got the feeling of you, and we felt bolstered in a way.
The feeling of me.
Yes.
How do I feel?
I smelled paprika that you like to use.
I smelled your omelets and heard wind chimes, and
I don't have wind chimes.
I know you don't have wind chimes, but it kind of, the sound of them makes me think of you
Oh.
because of all the tinkering of metal.
Okay, I should get back to the point. Are you sure everyone's okay?
We're all on our
Okay,
feet.
let me give you some of what I have.
Yeah, kind of helps get him to his feet again, and like still has a hand supporting him. And
So I brought a few more transporters. I figured, I know it's been a while. If between here and Abrio, or between Abrio and Mus, you'd like to stop and see your families, I wanted to make sure you could do that. I don't know if I brought enough for you to be able to visit all your homes, but so I sent you off with enough to go to Abreu and enough to go from us, and I was able to, for each of you, 2 additional stops, so one of you wouldn't be able to visit home, and I am very sorry.
It's okay.
It's fine. Rokane's like leaning up against the wall now. Like,
Okay, are you okay?
I'm fine.
No, I can feel you're not fine. Come here. I'm giving you a potion. I'm not gonna do whatever. I don't know what I did, so I can't promise I won't do it. Kind of because he knows you guys aren't gonna let him, even though he'd happily do it. He just kind of places a greater healing potion.
Well, fucking down the grader. That's what? 44?
Yeah, 44
So
plus
it's
4,
gonna be
so
20.
20.
I
Okay.
think you might need to drink something again. How are you feeling, Grolin?
Oh, I'm fine. I barely got touched.
I will
I'm
go-
not loving being in this water, but
We need to take care of that, but I will go ahead and drink one of my potions as well.
are you sure you don't need something stronger?
I'll be all right. It'll at least
He's
keep-
still looking at his hands because he remembers you said that he might have abilities he doesn't even know about. But he's like, he doesn't. You guys have all gone through this at some point. Caxus hasn't. Caxus has always known he had powers connected to you guys. This was not expected. So he is for the first time going through, what can I do? What am I doing? How do I control it? How did I... Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a thing you've all experienced, but he thought he knew going into this what to expect from being activated, and this is the first time his boat is getting a little rocked.
I'll be fine, I think, to finish up here for a little while.
Okay, but like I said, extra kind of takes off the bag. It's a little wet now.
It's fine.
It's all right.
It has 3 more normal healing potions, 1 more greater, about 100 more gold, and I also managed to find a potion of growth.
All helpful things.
I hope so.
For
Again,
now.
I was moving rather quickly, so I'm sure there's more that could have been useful, but
Anything is helpful at this point. and
Yeah.
he'll just kind of like take things and put them in his bag of holding
Yeah.
for now.
I'm just glad you're all safe. That was...
It was touch and go for a bit there. I won't lie, but we all made it out. on the
Again,
other
I
side.
don't feel pain, but it's...
Draining.
No, that's not the right word. I wish I could describe it to you. It's... You ever... You know Phantom Limb?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you getting hurt is me feeling a limb I once had that I no longer have. And it's numbing and buzzy, and it's an uncomfortable feeling. And the worse you're doing, the more phantom limbs it feels like I have. That's the best I can describe it.
That sounds really unpleasant.
Exactly. So I wasn't lying when I said it wasn't hurting me. But it doesn't feel nice. It's a little disturbing the first time it happened. And again, that even isn't 100% accurate, but it's the best I can correlate to it.
No, that gives us at least a semblance of an idea of it, yes.
Yes.
Kind of gives him a clap on the shoulder and a squeeze.
Yeah, it gives you a clap back. You get 11 hit points. He's not trying to.
Just like glances at his hand as he feels better.
Yeah, and it is not intentional, but that orange glow comes again, and he again kind of slumps, and he's like, "Can I not touch you all now?" And he looks very distressed because he just got used to being able to touch other people.
Mm-hmm. Something tells me it might be just situational.
Because I was worried.
Because you were worried. Because we did get injured, even if we're not down.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying
I know.
to.
It's all right, and I appreciate it. Even I just don't like the fact it seems to take a lot out of you either.
I mean, it could be like when you all use your spells.
Possibly.
Though I don't know how much your spells wipe you out, but I'm
pretty exhausted right now from all the magic I've used, but
I think I'm going to go back to the bunker again. I don't know what happens if I'm away for too long.
That's fine.
That's all right.
It's good to see you. We're all right.
Yes, I'd give you a hug, but
Yes. Even Ega's just like, I'm not going to take any more from you. I'm not going to see if that works backwards on accident if I'm touching you and it happens. So,
nods to you all. It was lovely meeting you, Quillen. You two, kind of off of the handshake. Probably won't work on me, right? Cactus shakes and it's...
Okay, we're testing it.
And he, boop, is gone.
well, time to see if we can...
Well, you weren't wrong about him being a character.
Now for the biggest hurdle.
Trying to clear out this water.
I wish I could help.
The moral support's appreciated nonetheless.
Go team.
Zealous chuckles.
So does Egan.
I'll try to
So
guide
just,
us through it.
Pulls up both gauntlets, kind of gets ready.
Should we all try since there's so much?
I think it would be best if we all put our hands in, yes.
We need to be careful because we need to have some left over for...
Kind of touches you, Zealous, and cast guidance.
Oh,
Nice.
yay!
Maybe we all try one hand to start, see how many gems it fills up, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Kind of blinks like we're only like...
It should help.
I would like
okay.
to guide them through what I've done.
So
for
give
it,
them the help action?
Basically.
I think Brocane, you and I maybe try our empty gloves first just to provide as much
And I only have
Storage.
empty gloves,
Yeah.
so...
storage as we can first, yeah.
So one by one, everybody give me an Arcana check. Zealous, you have guidance, but also the help action from O'Kane.
Oh, I do? I have a help action?
Yeah, because I'm guiding you guys through it.
So that means you roll flat.
I roll flat! Yay!
You did roll with advantage, though, right?
Yes, because I
Okay.
still have advantage on all my rolls. But that's still only a 10.
Do I get advantage, or is it normal roll for me?
Normal roll for you.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Hey!
Thank you, Roland. You gave me max guidance.
11. I only got an 11.
Okay, a few questions. How much do you want to clear this water?
Egan wants this cleared up. He wants to minimize anything else getting infected.
Zealous also wants it all cleared up. He thinks that's the only way that Roland's town and the people are going to be safe. And that Quarren is going to
Yes.
be safe.
Okay.
I think my want has already been expressed.
Yeah. Okay. Zealous, you manage it.
Oh.
18, you manage it. I'll tell you how many fills up. The two of you do not manage it with that. Could you both make me some con saves?
What did Egan roll?
A 10.
And Mars, you got a 10 too?
11.
11.
11. Oh.
Yeah, with your deep, intense want to truly heal this.
That's an 11.
I got a 5.
Well, if you passed, I would have given you the option to accept or deny this. But your desire to heal this, the ichor starts sucking up. But it doesn't go into the gems.
Oh, no!
Pass that to Cody. You.
I got 2 black and a white.
Same.
I got 2 white.
Because you did a good job. It's in the gauntlet where
all
it
of
belongs.
you had those intense, the fact that you had that intense true urge to want to do this. Yes, you failed the save, but the only reason it would have been able to absorb to you was because you were willing to give a lot to
accomplish this.
So it went into like Egan and Rocane instead?
Yeah, you
Okay.
see the veins and, well, not Egan's, but
I'm sure I could still like feel the burn
oh
up
yeah,
my arm.
I'm just saying Zealous
Yeah.
can see, and both of you feel that morphine trip feeling I told you about earlier.
This is fine. It works.
Yeah, I think Egan kind of hisses, but he keeps his hand deep in that water.
Okay, and Zealous, this is going to take multiple checks because it's very infected. Zealous, 3 of your gems fill up.
Okay, so I've got 2 on one hand, 3 on another.
Yeah, and everyone go ahead and give me more Arcana checks.
I don't have guidance anymore, right?
No. Gwolin doesn't realize you need more. Nat 20! Woo! Fuck yeah!
6.
Am I still getting help action, and do I need to roll with disadvantage, Mars?
I feel I've given the information that I've known how to do it. That's up to...
You can still roll flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately for
No.
me, I'm failing.
17.
Okay. If you give me one of each gem, you go into a success.
Sure. I'm sad to lose a white one already, but yeah.
Sorry.
I don't earn them very fast.
Still desperate to try and...
At this point, it's fine. Just do it. This works. We'll go ahead
Not
and do
even
it.
trying to make the con
Why?
save?
Why at this point? If it's sucking it up, do it.
Do I still need to roll a con save?
No.
Yay.
Because you rolled a nat 20.
Uh-huh.
All 5 of your gems fill up.
Dope.
You get everything. And the last 2 of yours fill up, Zealous. And then you feel it once again going into you, Rokane.
I got another 2 black.
And at this point, there's just a little bit left.
I'll get it.
I was about to say, Egan's willing to try with his other gauntlet.
I'm willing to try with my other gauntlet, too. Because I still have 3 on that one.
I'm willing to
hand.
try with my body.
I mean, if it comes to it, Egan will take it into his body again, but...
Are you going to roll at all?
Or are you just automatically going to go, well, I might as well.
I mean, I might as well just roll to see if I can.
Yeah.
But at this
Yeah.
point, like, it's okay. Like, nothing
You
bad's
think
happening.
at max with what's in here, 1 or 2 more gems will be filled. Or,
Your body.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, do we just want to see maybe...
Yeah, let's go one by one with how you guys want to go.
Yeah. So I get my gem filled up, and then I've got part of another...
I
Maybe
have one
Cody 'cause
completely full and
advantage.
one completely empty, and I do have advantage on my
I've got
rolls.
2 on one and none on the other.
Okay.
It's all went into me.
Yeah, that concerns me. So
It's fine.
No, it's not. So maybe, Egan, if you don't mind with your empty glove.
That's fine. I can try to get the last of it, and he'll shove his left hand in.
Don't know why it's going right into you, Rokane, but that's concerning.
And that's a 12 this time.
That's going to be a con save unless you don't want to fight it.
If I succeed on the con save, does it go in the gym or does it just not work?
You get to choose.
Okay.
If it comes in you, it just doesn't work. Don't.
I didn't say anything. That's a 17.
Okay, you get to choose if you take it on, or it stays in the water, or you can fill up 1 gem instead of taking the rest of this out.
So there'd still be ichor in the
So
water?
either I take it all into myself and clear up the water,
Completely.
leave it in the water, or only fill up 1 gem and there's still some in the water.
Yes, there's 1 gem's left worth of it in the water.
Can I argue it fills up the 1 gem and I absorb the rest of it into myself?
I will allow this.
Then I
with
will
a
do-
17. If it had been lower than a 17, I would not allow that.
Then yeah, I'll absorb what I can into the glove, and when I feel like I can't quite channel it, it'll just go into him.
Yeah, I think Zealous kind of
I'm
flinches,
assuming that, yeah.
seeing that kind of...
Yeah, it's like it's clearly a strain
Yeah.
for Egan, because like when he filled up the glove the second time, it was like an easy, oh, I got it now. And it's like, oh no, I still don't quite have it, and then it's like flexing his hand and kind of shakes out his arm once it's done.
And I do think it's a thing, though the fur covers it kind of on your hands, it's not as present. So you do see those veins.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Did it get into you again?
I think so, yes. But it's out of the water. That's the important thing.
yeah. And the reason it took so much is you were actively getting this unbelievably infected water, but also that hydro day was still at the bottom, ichor and stuff up. So you also got it out of the Hydra Day.
Oh, goddamn, we should have dragged that thing out of the water.
That's fine.
That would have been hard.
Yeah.
And out of the water would have meant somewhere.
It still would have
Out of
been
this
infected.
room.
If some creature was just eating its meat,
Yeah.
it still would have been a bad thing.
That's
yeah.
true, that's true.
Now creatures can eat its meat and it'll be fine.
Just
But
waterlogged.
now all of the water's back to being still dark, but not ink black.
Yeah, it is as cave water would be expected to look.
I think Zealous is gonna kneel down and just kind of scoop up the water just to check it and then let it run out through his fingers. I think it's all okay now.
Does Grolin happen to have detect poison and disease? Would that affect Icor? Would Icor read as
Let
disease?
me see if that's even something he has. Because I know with his ranger, he tried to take things that would all be able to be used practically.
Well, he can have like a little pH testing kit.
He could, but that is not one he took.
That's fair. I was just curious. But yeah, just good news, bad news. I don't think us absorbing Icor is quite the same as those not like us absorbing it. Kind of glances at Grolin, like we all saw how he absorbed it. That doesn't mean we're not affected, just affected differently.
Well, we're not affected now.
Yes.
I don't know long-term effects. I'm gonna kind of pause and like kind of look at the water for a moment.
Vokane and Egan, you just took a good amount of things, so 1 second, something else does happen.
Oh, joy! Fantastic!
The next Icor ability you try to spend, like your rerolls or your granting enemies disadvantage to hit you, any of those will cost no gems. Just once. The very next one you use, but with as much Icor as you have taken on.
We are Icor.
Question: if Mars uses the shell shock, that doesn't cost any gems.
No, so it will be the next one that costs something.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just those 1, 2, 3 stone.
Yeah.
Abilities.
Well, and then Mars's damage, extra damage that costs. No, that's not.
That's
damage,
just-
that's just a-
reaction.
I can
Yeah.
only
Reaction.
use it proficiency bonus amount of
Okay.
times, though.
But
Okay.
but it's not one of the gem mechanics that we have to spend gems for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, upside?
Not that we know that this will happen, but yeah.
And again, it's every time you've gotten Icor like this, it hasn't felt like, yes, it burns, but after that burn, you feel hurtier, you feel stronger, you feel ready to take on the world.
I think Egan kind of like rolls his neck, and I think it cracks at this point, given everything they've been going through. And well, at least that was taken care of. We just need to clear out the other kind of gestures to like the bear and stuff, other infected creatures.
Where's Dono?
Grolin popped him.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. He can be resummoned.
I didn't even try to.
I know. He doesn't blame you. He knows you didn't mean to do it. It's okay.
I think Zealous just kind of puts a hand on his shoulder, we're not blaming you either.
Glowin kind of subconsciously leans into it.
Oh.
Yeah, Grolin claps or Egan claps his other shoulder.
Okay, let's get everything out and then get the bodies back to town.
Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody's seen Ramen?
No, but
No,
we'll
but this-
keep an eye out for him.
I just hope he hasn't been infected.
Well, you can try and remove it. Oh, I was in the water for a bit. Can we just check if I...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, I know Vokane seems to have the easier time with people.
Yeah, I did not do so well last time. I'm sorry.
Vokane, would you mind?
Just automatic at this point. Like
Yeah.
he's ready to get out of here.
Nothing gets sucked up. He did have some Icor stuff, but it was not enough to break the threshold of him being infected.
You're fine for now.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
No, that's more than
No,
fair.
yeah.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay, let's clear this place out. And so you guys go, with the main thing going and with nothing more to be infecting every water supply, you truly got the source. So there might be a water supply or two that you run into that still have some remnants, but nothing bad enough that would fill up more than a gem. as you go around. What I want you guys to do is roll a d4 just to see as you're going through, like, because I imagine, like, if you can save a thing, you might try to. It's up to you.
It's gonna kind of depend on the state of the animal.
That's fair. You'll find a few. So roll a d4 just to see how many other gems, and then you can choose if you would have filled that.
I got a 1.
I got 2.
Roll a 3.
No, a 1.
Oh.
Okay, so you can choose to fill those amount of gems, saying in that case you have cleared the rest of the water, you have cured a few animals if you choose to fill those gems, and I won't make checks for them.
Okay.
Again, it depends on the state of the animals, because a lot of the animals we've seen just don't look good with ichor, so in a way it's kinder just to kind of put them down.
It is.
So, unless there is a very, very healthy
Unless
looking
it's
one.
ramen.
Yeah, unless it's ramen or a very, very healthy, very little infected animal.
Like freshly infected.
Yeah.
That's fair, but you would want to clear up the water.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd say that in total takes 2 gems, so between what all of you rolled, decide who wanted to take up those fillings of the gem.
I only have 3 gems open.
I have 4 gems open, so I can take at least one of them.
I have 7.
Maybe Marsh.
Maybe Marsh.
Yeah, I can fill out 1 gauntlet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you gather the bodies, you take them all out, you start heading through the village, through the forest, and as you come out of the cave,
I didn't find ramen. Okay.
as you come out of the cave, kind of laying there napping at the mouth of it, is ramen.
Aw. Yeah, Zealous was very reluctant to leave, then as soon as he sees ramen, he's like, ramen!
But before you fully leave the cave, behind you, you hear, "Thank you." And you turn, and it's still hard for them to manifest this
I was
way.
about to say, are they still showing up as Jesse?
They're not Jesse. Because usually what they can do is only animals, and they're no longer in that fight or flight mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're still sick, but you actually see a little bunny.
Aww.
And it's the talking is still pretty difficult because that's not something they usually do, but they wanted to be able to thank you.
I think Egan pauses and he kind of kneels down to get closer to them and is like, "You're welcome. I'm glad we were able to help."
Yeah, if Zealous would have turned around and smiled upon seeing the bunny, it'd be like, "Oh, so I'm glad as well, and I hope you get better and feel better."
I'm very tired.
Well, rest easy. Nothing.
Do what mortals do and rest.
And I think it's unable to talk. Like, it kind of makes a rabbit chitter and then looks a little disappointed and then hops off. And then completely disappears because it doesn't need to look like a rabbit anymore.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad we got to say goodbye as well. Properly.
I'm glad they were well enough to.
Yeah, it looked like that probably took a lot out of them to do that, but...
But if they can rest now, and then they'll feel better.
Yeah.
Can we get back to the town, please?
Yes, please.
Yes. You all trudge to the town.
Especially since we're lugging like 5 corpses with us.
Yeah, it takes you a bit.
Can we make a sled or
I was about to
something?
say, we probably made like some kind of stretcher to like
Yeah.
stack them on. And between Egan, Grolin, and Rocaine, we all like carry it down. I just mean, you're not the strongest out of us.
And you
I
did
got an 11.
you did go down.
Yeah.
Fine. He'd still want
Throw
to
him on the
help,
stretcher as well.
guys.
Do what?
Throw him on the stretcher as well.
Not that far. I feel like it's probably Egan like having the 2 handles up front and then Grolin and Rocaine each holding like one on the back.
Yeah, Zealous is technically stronger than Gwendolyn, but
Oh,
Gwendolyn has a flat 10.
then fuck me, I guess.
I feel like it should be 2 stretchers, 2 of us with one stretcher, 2 of us on the
Yeah,
other.
Yeah.
that makes
Alright.
sense.
And then Rocaine and Egan can be like the front of each of them since they're the stronger
Yeah.
two. And then
Yeah.
Grolin and Zealous can handle the back of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys get to town, very grateful for you bringing back the bodies, and everyone's coming up and luckily they didn't suffer an attack while you guys were gone, because it's almost like everything was very aware that you were getting to the center of the hive. But, Charles thanks you, shakes all of your hand, and goes, I would offer to give you something, but we don't have much. I think we have some things that we can maybe supply you with. Just basic supplies, but...
Ian kind of holds up a hand. He's like, at best, a room to sleep in for the night. Past that, I think we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sure that's all you need.
Zealous wouldn't have mind taking...
Even just some basic rations.
Whatever you are willing to give us, we would appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Freya goes, you have to remember, Charles, we can't give too much. We've been on hard times ourselves. But we can spare a few rations.
Appreciated.
Yes.
And you're welcome to stay at the inn. I'm sure anyone would be happy to give up a bed for the night.
We don't want anyone giving up anything for us.
No, I think tonight's going to be the first night. Everybody's going to be able to rest well for first time in a long time. So
Egan, Binti comes sprinting and launches into
the minute he sees her running, he's like prepared to just catch her in the air.
Yeah. Oh, I was so worried about you.
I'm all right. We're all right.
Are you sure? You're okay?
I'm okay. We're all
Okay,
okay.
I'm very glad you're okay.
As am I. I think I owe you a story as long as you owe me a drink.
Well, I can get you a drink, my friend. You all head to an inn. Grolin comes with you. He has a place to sleep, but...
We just trauma bonded. He doesn't want to leave us just yet.
Yeah.
I think it's almost kind of, as we get to the end, I think Zealous is like, I think we had a rain check maybe on a meal.
Yeah. We can definitely do that. And that's where we'll go to break.
Eyes roll.
Shut up, Rocaine. Let them be happy.
Where Egan's just amused and happy for them both, yes. Hey guys, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast without the support of our listeners. If you'd like to support us even more, you should head over to Patreon and check us out there at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. You'll get all kinds of cool stuff like our hyperfocus episodes that release on our off weeks, where we talk about the episode and our thoughts and predictions about the future of the show, us playing games in and out of character. You can suggest an NPC or a magic item for Emery to give us in the world. There's some fun canon-adjacent shenanigans and backstory info you can find. And we have 2 mini campaigns running. For patients and higher tiers, we have our first side tangent campaign called The Pilgrimage. Emery and I are running a Tales of the Valiant game where a beastkin war cleric of the trickster god Nakresh is on her very first official pilgrimage. What could go wrong? And Play to Your U tier gets our first off-topic campaign called Clean Slate. It's a quote-unquote blank sheet D&D campaign. What does that mean? You'll have to listen to find out. And we're enacting our very first Patreon stretch goal. When we get to 50 paid tier patrons, Emery is going to run a one-shot where we play a group of adventurers that run into the ancestors before they became the world-saving heroes we know now. Even more fun, patrons will be able to pitch character concepts we'll choose from to build our one-shot characters. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and every dollar we make goes right back into producing our podcast with the hopes we can improve and make it everything our listeners deserve. Thanks!
Welcome back! So yeah, you all get in the inn, you get a nice meal, that's free too. Grolin and Rocaine kind of go off to
Grolin
the...
and Rocaine? Grolin and Rocaine! Plot twist!
Broken heart!
Roland and Zealous, I
There
think,
you go.
kind of go to their own table.
Yeah.
Kind of just like in the corner to the side to get some privacy.
So you're gonna be leaving.
We're going to have to, unfortunately.
Oh, I get it.
Or that stuff out there.
Just, try not to forget me.
Of course not.
And, if you, maybe want to send me a letter now and then, keep in contact.
I can't promise how often, but I can do that.
Yeah.
We've got somebody who comes to bring us supplies, and I can send a letter.
And, maybe after everything's said and done, we could, grab another bite.
Yeah. Maybe something a little bit when we're not so tired and half dead.
Yeah, something when we're not as tired. But he does kind of take your hand and give it a small kiss.
I think Zealous would lean forward for a proper kiss. Kind of
he'll-
that, lean pause just to make sure it's okay.
Oh, yeah. Definitely kind of puts a hand on your face and gives you a sweet kiss.
Aw.
That is definitely not as brief as the last
No.
one. But also you're both fucking exhausted, so it's not going past a kiss.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Still chaste and intimate, just not as quick, surprise, kiss, run away. Yeah.
Yeah, and too fucking exhausted to get all
Riled.
riled, yeah. Hot and bothered.
But you all go to bed. You rest up.
Egan does give Binti the rough and dirty of what's going on.
And you dream.
Oh, lordy.
Okay, you don't exactly dream. You kind of have a memory.
Oh, good.
While you're trancing, it's not a dream. It's just your brain wanders when you trance. And,
So you can kind of.
yeah. Technically you can't, but mechanically, but we've been kind of
Yeah.
Yada-yadaing that.
yeah, when it's Icor influenced dreams or ancestor influenced dreams, those you have, but when it's not that, it's just sort of a. And this is neither, so it's dreaming adjacent, but it's really just you
Daydreaming.
falling into memory.
Yeah.
Having a lucid dream.
Yeah. So you remember maybe 15 years ago, you had been trying to get this maneuver Kasai was teaching you. And it was rough. You were having a really bad time with getting it. You'd start out strong and you understood it in theory, but it wasn't perfect. The execution was sloppy. And while Kasai never was brutal about that, he was just like, that's not quite it. He made some adjustments, things like that. Very, as always, very gentle in his critique, but not soft, if that makes sense. And you were getting so frustrated. At one point, you were just like, I can't do this. I'm never going to get it done, as Vokane does sometimes when he's not immediately good at a thing.
Yeah.
And you're sitting down and you're kind of sulking, and Kasai comes to sit next to you and goes, failing isn't always a bad thing, okay? How can we learn if we don't fail?
I think he tries to say something. I mean, that's not wrong, so he can't argue with it. But he tries to argue, but there's no sound anything to argue about.
See, I can be right too sometimes. Kind of gives you a small smile. Okay, I know one of the things you want the most in the world is to live up to what you think you need to live up to, and to be brave and to be competent. But one of the bravest things you can do is try. Even when the odds are all against you. Try. And know that even when you try and fail, kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and looks at you and makes sure you're looking at him.
Yep.
Know that I'm proud of you.
Okay.
No. Okay? I am proud of you. And he wants to make sure you're absorbing that. And I don't think this is something... You've never heard the words.
Yeah.
Straight out.
So he's just
I think maybe later that actually means something to Roke, and maybe even just thinking back on this memory. But in that moment, you're just so confused, and you're like, why is he so insistent about that?
Yeah. He knew the future.
He's like, I will always be in your corner, Roke, and I want you to remember that. And then you slip out of your trance with that memory at the forefront of your mind. Cody! Yeah. You're also having a bit of a memory dream.
Okay.
It's the way back when, before Zara, you're with Chandra. And it was when she was really Chandra, the woman you really
Fell in love
loved.
with.
Before she got jaded and didn't have anyone to confide in. And I think this was one of the first moments that she had come back from an adventure. And the whole time, like, she's always been like, yeah, it was rough, but I had it. And she has that veneer, and she never lets her team see that. And she's still been doing that, but Ian knows her well enough at this point to know that something's bugging her. So she's still trying to keep that up as you two, like, retire to your room for the night. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, well, that was a night. Really, I don't know how Jesse can continue to just drink every one of these seasoned adventurers under the table.
Egan gives a small chuckle. It's like, she is a wonder like that.
It's really impressive.
Mm-hmm. He's staring at her with, like, this soft look in his eye. Because he can see, the wall she has up. The front she's putting on. Kind of just absently reaches across to take one of her hands and gives it a little squeeze. And
yes.
Something's on your mind.
Something's
more
always
than
on my
Jesse's
mind.
impressive drinking abilities.
I mean, if you think about it, something's always on somebody's mind.
Chandra, I know you put on a brave front for the others, but you don't have to have it on for me.
She looks down, and I don't think she's ever been, like, really vulnerable. Like, she's had her softer moments, but that vulnerability is not something she gives easy. And I think that softness and that non-judgmental, and the fact that you don't know this, but it had been really hard today, which was probably the one reason you could really spot it today. And I think that offer just makes her start crying. And she just hugs you for a bit, and then she goes, at one point, like, Sori was down and couldn't heal anybody, and I didn't know what to do. And I thought I was going to fail everyone, and they were all looking to me for a plan, and I didn't know if my plan was going to be correct. And there was this kid, Egan. And by the time, like, Sori was good enough to be back up, she couldn't bring him back. And he couldn't have been older than 13.
He keeps her hugged close to his chest this whole time. I imagine her normal braid is down for the evening, so he's just kind of running a hand over her hair as she tells him what happened. You did everything you could, Chandra.
I made the calls and they were wrong.
Just because something bad happened doesn't mean it was the wrong call. In the moment, it was the best thing you had at the time. It's not your fault that the world's not perfect, love.
I'm just trying so hard to get everyone through it. And I'm trying so hard not to let it wear me down. And I'm trying so hard not to numb myself to it. One of my mentors in Yaget, he told me that was the best way to be an adventurer, to just numb yourself. And I don't want to do that. But I don't know if I can do this if I don't.
He brings his hand up to kind of cup her cheek and wipes the tear tracks with his thumb as he kind of picks her head up to look at him proper. Numbing yourself to this won't help, no. Being compassionate, wanting to help people, will make you fight harder. It just, yes, will unfortunately make the losses hurt more as well. But what's the point of doing it if you don't feel the reason for it, love? And I know you want to be strong for your friends, but pushing it down, putting on that face, it's going to eat you from the inside out, whether you want it to or not.
I can't promise that I'll let them see me like this. But how about we make a deal? I'll never put a wall with you.
He kind of bows his head to put his forehead against hers.
Can you just hold me tonight?
Of course, darling.
And you wake up with that sweet but bittersweet with time.
That's a very bittersweet memory now. Absolutely.
Because that was the Chandra you love. That was... And you know now, she has numbed herself. And I think that's really sad to think. And, like, logically, it is not Egan's fault.
No.
But she didn't have you anymore. And that certainly didn't help.
And as the years went by, she felt less and less like she could be vulnerable with her people.
Exactly.
And he stopped being one of her people.
Yep.
Because he's over there defending Zara.
Yeah,
having to take care of her.
because now Zara comes first for Egan.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was a moment that you used to look back with a lot of fondness, even after you broke up. But it is a bittersweet memory now.
That all those moments like that have definitely been soured over the past 10 years of you've numbed yourself so much you can't even feel any of this for your daughter now, and that makes me sad.
Very sad.
Your turn, Zealous. How are you gonna get fucked up in the night?
Celis, you, Ruvain, and Born are sitting on the beach under the stars. And you're doing what you often do, which is just talking about leaving. Talking, you always talk. And today it feels a little different, because lately you've been talking, and Born has been using less words like what if, and, if we ever, and he's been going when we. So he starts going, so, yeah, I think when we get a boat, right, we just sail as far as we can. I don't know where we'd want to go first. Where should we go first?
I mean, the best place everybody says for adventurers is Yakit. I don't know if we can make it there by boat. We'll have to stop before then.
But still, that's a start. That's a course. We head for Yakit.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, maybe we can get to Pazzi. I heard that there's a lot of cool stuff you can find in the caves.
Yeah.
Ruvain goes, do you think maybe we could even just go to, like, Dragon's Hoard? That could be cool, right?
Oh, that would be awesome. But I don't think that's our first stop.
Oh, no, that's just the someday, maybe, if we ever, when we do this.
Yeah, we'll go to Yakit, we'll get trained.
Exactly.
Go to Part Z, and then at some point, Dragon's Hoard.
One point. And, we'll go around, we'll help everyone, we'll be big heroes. The queen will be like, oh, the heroes of the day! Oh, what would the lands do without you? I don't think the queen sounds like that.
Beautiful impression, Born. Great
Right?
job.
That's exactly what she sounds like. I'm sure of it. And the princess will be like, oh, you're so dashing. And they'll fan themselves, and then one of us will end up in bed with them.
Are you staking that claim right now?
That's why I said one of us.
Uh-huh. It sounds like you're staking that claim
I'm
right
not
now.
staking the claim. We don't know who they would be into.
Me, obviously.
I don't know. Maybe the shy, bookish nerd of Uvain. Oh, I don't think I'd get a princeps attention. I don't know. You're pretty hot stuff, Uvain.
And you know a lot of really cool things, and you can tell stories really well.
Really well. I think you could absolutely get that princeps in bed. Rock their world. Okay, I'd like to stop talking about this.
I think friendly shove to Ruvain.
I think Born just kind of goes, we're going to help a lot of people. And we're going to see everything there is to see and learn all there is to learn. And you guys are going to be right with me when we do that.
Of course, we're all going to be there, and it's going to be amazing.
Let's make a pact. Within the next year, we go.
I think kind of a pause to try to figure out like what that would entail. I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
I think we can do it. Yeah, I think we can do it. As long as I'm with you two, I think I could do anything.
I think Zealous kind of puts out his hands to the other.
And you know, if Idolin wants to come, she can come too. And you wake up.
Oh yeah, Idolin. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, her too, I guess.
And I imagine that's a bittersweet memory for you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
Have your shadow?
I have forgotten which one means what, but hold please.
I have a thing I want to do before everyone else wakes up.
That was cocked. Hold on.
Evens,
Oh,
no
sad.
shadow. Odds, I still have my shadow.
That's the third time in a row, right?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your D8 twice. Your D...
12 twice?
Yeah.
Well, the first one was an 11. The second one was a 1.
You can choose.
Oh, fuck me. I'm taking the 11.
What's the one?
Disadvantage on all
Oh,
rolls.
shit.
And what's the 11?
Once a day, disadvantage to all attacks on you for 1 minute.
Nice.
That'd be real helpful.
That would have been helpful yesterday, but...
I don't know.
No,
I
it's
think
fine.
advantage on everything
No,
was
advantage
the
on
most.
everything was absolutely preferable. So, yeah.
Yeah, you wake up, your shadow's there, and you look at it, you feel comforted by it. And you feel like you can almost kind of, as you move, like you feel like you can almost... This sounds weird, but manipulate your shadow, because you know it's been doing things.
Or it's one of those, it's kind of like the visual equivalent of that one episode of Doctor Who. Instead of the shadow moving with me, it almost moves before me, sort of thing, to like kind of tell me how to almost.
Yeah, and I think at one point, in a very odd way, it can't extend from the floor, but it makes like an almost shake your hand motion, as in like, hey, we're in this together.
Egan's fucking concerned, but like positions his hand so it's like he's shaking his hand with his shadow.
And then it goes back to being a normal shadow.
Can you insight check your
Can
shadow?
I insight check my shadow?
Yeah! DC 20.
That's a nat fucking 1, so no. That's a 6.
It's probably friendly.
That's probably
It's fine.
That's fine.
I wanted to shake your hand. It's only doing good stuff.
Shake a poor sinner's hand! Yeah, it's fine!
But you know, everyone knew you were getting up early. You were leaving early.
Before I leave my room for the morning, I do kind of scry on Lexori to see if I can get a semblance of where they're at.
Yeah. So you scry, and I think Lexori. You've told Lexori at this point. So Lexori feels it and just lets it happen, assuming it's you. And you see that Lexori is sitting next to a bed that has Artie in it. And she's going, I don't know why this isn't working. I'm fine. I'm A+, guaranteed. The reason it's not working is because this is like that thing where you get a cold, but it makes you stronger. I'm gonna be so much... Oh, that's blood. I'm gonna be so much stronger after this. So much stronger. And because she knows, assumes it's you watching, goes, Egan, please tell me you're on your way. Oh, what, Egan? Oh, yeah, that'll definitely make me feel better. And then...
Egan's concerned and sad!
Do you also check in on Zara?
Yeah, he probably would have done that before he went to bed last night.
Okay, well then we can kind of... But in that, Zara has also gotten the sending from Lexori, so also feels that, accepts it, and goes, hi, Dad. And it just kind of tells you about her day for a bit, is what she did last night.
Aww.
At least she knows I'm trying to be here.
If you can get something back where you could send her a message or something too, that'd be so good.
It's like, hey, Caxus, can you make another 5-minute descending stone pair? And can I send one to Sarbos?
There is a knock on your door.
Oh. You will open the door.
There stands Grolin. Up real early.
Wasn't expecting to see you this early, Grolin.
I know you were heading out basically right when you woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Zealous isn't mad at me for this. And he takes off the bow and hands it to you.
Oh.
You guys are, trying to save the world. Doesn't feel right for me to keep this. If you want to give it to Rocane or Zealous. But I saw you using the bow, and I know it wasn't doing as much as you'd like.
Mm-hmm. He kind of...
But I also saw Rocane using it, so really, whoever you think gets the best use out of it.
Egan kind of gives a nod and reaches to clap him real solid on the shoulder. Like, we'll make sure to use it well.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you something.
All right.
It's what I wanted to ask you in the cave, but it was not the time.
Yeah, he kind of steps aside to let Grolin come into the room proper so they're not just
Yeah.
awkwardly talking in his doorway.
He kind of sits down and goes, I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can't help the way you're helping. But I can help you help. He takes something out of his pocket. It's like a little talisman, but it has the silhouette of the inn etched on it. I throw this in a thing of water. And it's not like a life thing or anything, but I'll be summoned to inn and I'll be an employee of inn.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to help. And I don't... Dabo did tell me it wasn't for life unless it was like I died and the inn would keep me sustained. But apparently if Dabo retires, he retires from life.
He kind of makes a face okay then, but...
Because he died.
Yeah.
But I know it would be a commitment. And I think once I do it, I wouldn't want to step down. And I love my town. But I've always
Dreamt of more.
And I don't know if I could do something like that cave every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I can help others help other people. I just don't know if I should.
I'm not going to make this decision for you. This is a very large decision that is only yours to make, Grolin. There are still plenty of ways to help plenty of people without committing your life to the inn. But I think you could do a lot of good either way you go. Yes, not that your town's not worth staying in, because it is. It's your everything, and I understand that more than most. But while we're fighting a world-ending evil, there's still plenty of troubles and dangers that everyone else needs help fighting as well. Or if you feel like you need to do this, and if Dabo says you don't have to live your whole life there should you not choose to, and you want to give it a try, that's more than understandable too.
Yeah, and he says I wouldn't be bound. I could visit, obviously not every day, but I could leave and come back. He said there's a very generous benefits package. I don't...
Maybe ask him for a full contract on what that looks like before you fully agree to anything, perhaps.
That's fair.
It's best to know the fine print before you agree to things.
Yes, but I figure at the very least, I think I might, at least until this is taken care of, and then see where that goes. Don't tell anyone yet. I don't want to get Zealous's hopes up that he'll be seeing me more regularly if I decide not to, and don't tell Rocane I don't want him to get his hopes up that he won't be seeing me more regularly.
Fair enough. I will.
But thank you for the advice.
You're welcome.
And for the belief in me.
Again, we wouldn't have been able to help Corin and stop that without your help. We would have gotten lost in those caves in a heartbeat, and you helped a lot during that fight. You got Zealous back up. So, despite Dabo saying you're not as special, we still absolutely would not have been able to do this without you.
Thanks for that. I think I have some things to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for listening.
Of course.
And maybe I'll see you soon.
I think he, claps him on the shoulder, but then, pulls him into a proper hug.
Yeah.
So, well, either I hope to hear from you, or see you the next time Inn pops up. Either way, don't get into too much trouble.
I don't know. I think I promised other people that I would get in a lot of trouble.
I didn't say you couldn't get in any trouble, just the appropriate amount of trouble.
I got it.
There's a fine line.
I'm gonna say goodbye to the others, and then I know you have to be on your way. But I hope everything goes okay.
So do I. But you've got a good head on your shoulders. So
I know, it's very handsome.
save that for Zealous.
Kind of nods. Heads off. You get ready to go. Mm-hmm. But can you do... Oh.
Before we move on, I do technically have 4 hours before anyone wakes up.
This is true.
This is true.
So, I need a few questions answered first.
Okay.
The squish things we have. Do I have enough to go somewhere, come back, and then go with them?
We all have 4 on us effectively now, I believe.
Yes.
So yes.
But the thing would be, so if they then choose to go home, you couldn't follow if you do that. You'd have to go back to Caxus and get more.
And that's fine.
Or be stuck wherever we abandoned you.
Yeah.
Or just meet you in Muss while y'all go home.
Yeah.
Now, it just depends on what he's about to do next.
Oh no.
I'm going to pull out the map.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I can speak a person's name, and they appear.
On the map, yeah.
So if I were to say Kursai...
Okay.
Yep, he is a little hurt and wants to know. And so yeah, he'll pull out the note, or the map, and I think he's actually scared to find out, and so it's more of a whisper than anything else as he speaks Kursai's name.
I was not expecting this.
He needs to know.
You speak Kursai's name. And just like before, it took a moment for Tilly to appear. Mm-hmm. But also in Muss. Kursai.
Is it in the same area that Tilly was?
Not the exact same.
But close?
Tilly has kind of been all over Muss at this point. Kursai is located at a certain point. So it's hard to say if it's is it close to Tilly? Because...
Just want to say...
But I will say, when you switched from Tilly to Kursai, Tilly was not currently right by where Kursai
Okay,
is.
that was the main thing, it was not, they were
it's
not together.
Currently, no.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. He's got 4 hours. We don't split the party, but I've got 4 hours. But does he know better?
He knows better, but with his emotional irregularity these days, does he care?
Is the need to see him stronger than the need to continue his mission?
I think it's the need to know more than anything else. Even if it's just I laid eyes on him, he is alive, he is okay, I can go, is fine. Because he has the map. He can just run there. If he sees him, he's good, he can leave. Everything will be fine.
Unless you appear in an Icor-infested area.
Cool, and then we squeeze the other one and leave. And then we freak out about that later. He has his plan. He won't deviate. He'll be back before the time's up. He's gonna squeeze it.
And that's where we'll end our episode.
God damn it, Mars.
I'm
We
sorry.
were gonna wrap up this arc in a nice little bow, and we did in a way.
But it's going to be a hell of an opener of, the start of next episode is the 4 hours you spend in Muss.
I'm sorry.
Egan's going to say, fuck you, and go to a Bria with or without you fuckers, honestly.
I mean, he'll be back, though. Like, it'll be fine.
I don't trust that. We don't know what he's going to find.
And we don't know where you are if you're not back in time.
He'll be back in time.
Anyway,
We hope you liked listening as much as we liked playing. Remember, play to your you.
play to your you, I fucking guess.
I did.
That's what Mars did.
I did.
Bye!
I'm sorry.
Do you want a shirt or a poster with your favorite Ouroboros boy on it? Maybe a mug with the Ouroboros symbol? Your very own special depression blanket? Maybe a journal with Thiel's Magpie Shop logo? We have all of that and so much more in our merch store. You can find it at ttrpgswag.com/pages/roll4focus. 50% of all profits go straight to us, and 50% go to TTRPG Swag for hosting and helping. Make sure to check it out. Thank you for listening to Roll for Focus. Make sure to rate and review wherever you listen. Episodes are edited and transcribed by the Roll for Focus team. Character art is by Miedek. She can be found at linktree/Miedek. That's MEDEKH. Intro-outro music is The Last Dragon by Alex Bass. Background music is by Christopher Gallivan. You can follow all our socials, which can be found on our website, rollforfocus.com, or in our link tree. If you want to do more to support us, you can make donations at our Ko-fi or subscribe to our Patreon for as little as $1 a month for all sorts of goodies like access to character sheets, games in and out of character, mini campaigns, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and more.
Hey everyone, thank you all so much for all the support you give. We especially want to thank our patrons, like those who have found enlightenment and know that it's best to play to your you, like Luchik and MN House of Cats. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you.
His plan is, if it gets bad, he can just come back here and then we can inform and then continue with your bullshit. It'll be fine. Everything's fine, right? Yeah.
If because of you Artie dies, Cody is killing Mars. Just for the
Squeeze?
record.
It gives him information because it's not in the same place that he died, or at least Rocaine thought he died.
But why is he not back with your parents?
Yeah.
His
Unless
dad's in Muss.
Yeah, unless he's with my dad.
And he doesn't know where you went, so... or how to contact you.
Yeah. I could just go see him. It'll be fine. I'll be back before you guys wake up.
Will you, though?
Will you?
He's good at keeping time. He's got 4 hours. That's plenty of time.
It's up to you.
You threw a giant wrench into shit with this dream.
I'm sorry.
The look Cody is giving us.
It's only for 4 hours. I'll be back.
Will you, though?
Yes, it'll be fine.
I'm not telling you one way or the other.
This is Rocaine's choice.